All right, you guys, this video is going to be about Keyshia and Hunxho. Hunxho. Did I say it right? Hunxho, the rapper. This is going to be a spiritual perspective on their relationship and how you can be grown and still be unhealed and still be kind of immature and still yearning for the things that you were yearning for since you were a child and you still haven't received it. On Keyshia's end, she grew up with a addict mother and lack of love. And I remember her saying how she went from home to home or something like this here. And so she never really had a deep connection with her mother due to, rug D, if you know what I mean. And I have a lot of rug Ds in my family, so I can definitely see where that's coming from. I actually had a cousin who kind of went through that as well, where her mother was on rug D and she went to a home. And I can see where someone could be affected from a mother who is on rug D because of lack of love and things like that. Even though my mother was not a rug D that I'm aware of, she still was not present in my life emotionally or even barely physically when I was younger. So I can see where you can grow up seeking that love. And I'm sure Keyshia didn't have her father either. It was alleged that her father could be YT, I believe. I'm not really sure. But yeah. And she did have a show, with her family, and they were showcasing, the outcome of the issues of her childhood, and her mother was trying to get right. Her sister was very dysfunctional, but I feel like what's her sister name? Neffy, I believe, or that's her mother's name. I forgot what her sister name was, but Keyshia Cole sister, she was always yelling all the time, like she didn't know how to express herself. And I felt for her because no one taught her how to express for herself. And the reason why I brought up her sister is because it did not only affect Keyshia Cole, but it affected her sisters and the people around her as well. But we have to learn to not attach our parents' problems with our own, okay? Whatever they're going through, that is personal and something they need to heal from. I believe Keyshia Cole's mother has passed away already. My condolences to her. But now Keyshia is left with this lingering feeling, this void of seeking love in all the wrong places, hence Hunxho. Hunxho is a very handsome man, a very handsome rapper. I actually like his music, but I don't see him being a good role model or just a good man and to be within a relationship. To be honest, I do feel like he has a lot of growing up to do. I really fully don't blame him because Keyshia Cole is a lot older than him and she knows better. She knows what to expect when it comes to Hunxho. Keyshia Cole is very beautiful. Let me tell you, for her age, girl, I would never shade her. She is a very beautiful woman, but her mentality needs some work. Okay, I do feel like she has not fully grown mentally, and I feel like that is linked to her not fully healing from what she dealt with when she was a child. I feel like she has not addressed the deep-rooted issues. I also feel like even in the show, when she was, showcasing her and her family and they were trying to heal, I feel like they could have done it a lot better. I don't feel like they was really putting the effort in it. It could be because it was just for the show to get a little bit of money, but I feel like now is the time for Keyshia to truly heal. Hunxho been dogging her, having a baby on her, went and mess around with Gloss Up behind her back. That even Keyshia Cole and Gloss Up even had like a little bit of a beef, and I feel like that was just really unnecessary. They should be pointing the fingers at the man who has them feuding against each other. And sometimes that's what men do. They like seeing women fight over them. They will even instigate the fight for women to fight over them. And that's when you as a feminine should know you should never fight over a man, fight over anything that is not of yours. Okay, if it's for you, it will be for you and you ain't got to fight over it. And I feel like even though that was like short-lived, I don't think they're beefing anymore anyway, which is really good. I feel like leave that alone, right? But I feel like Keyshia needs to heal what she really is yearning for. She's yearning for support and love, but you can't get it from a man who is loving everybody else around them. And I think we all been through that. But it gets to a certain point where it's like, okay, I'm getting older and I need to heal and I need to be better, not only for me, but for my children. I feel like Hunxho is not the only person that she had like a, dysfunctional relationship with. And this is not the only person that she dated that was young either. It's sort of a pattern here where Keyshia's dating younger men, which I know there's a lot of MILFs out there who dates younger men, and for various reasons. Some older women, they date younger men because it's convenient. They don't have to, deal with the whole, because sometimes older men can be very controlling, possessive and things like that, but younger men can too, but I'm just saying what's common in older men. They can be set in their ways. They don't want to evolve sometimes. That's not always the case. Even women, it goes both ways, y'all. But what I'm just saying, for example, she could be dating younger men because mentally she still feels young, because she has this trauma that she has not healed from. Sometimes we get stuck in a mindset due to trauma and we're in a loop. For instance, if someone has been R-word when they were younger, and like for instance, if they're 5 years old, they try to stay in that age before it happened, because they don't want to think past what happened to them. So some people do get stuck in a mentality that they cannot outgrow because it feels safe to them. And I feel like that's why Keyshia is, dating these type of men who could not be respecting her because she's used to being disrespected, and that's all she knows. She don't know how to get out of that because she don't know no better. Like I said, somebody been R-word at the age of 5, they're stuck in like some type of, it's something like that. I can't explain it. It's something that's like their mind is trying to protect them by repeat, because it feels good, But I was using Keyshia Cole as a cautionary tale to let women know, like, you don't have to be in a relationship with someone who is not respecting you. I just feel like if somebody's having multiple babies on you or have a lot of children and, just being very careless, I feel like you have to be careful with who you lay down with. It's a hygiene, spiritual hygiene type of thing. And she's a very beautiful woman. So if you start noticing changes in her while she's with Hunxho, it's definitely giving incubus, succubus. That's what I'm getting here. I feel like Hunxho is out here mating with women because he could be an incubus, meaning that he gets energy from women. And that's what it sounds like to me. And that's not uncommon to happen, Even Keyshia Cole's son was being disrespectful to her on live. I think he cussed her or something, and she was like really trying to keep it together. So it's definitely a pattern in her life where there's men who repeatedly disrespectful to her, hurt her, and do things that are not good. And I think that's why, she has a hard time seeing that someone can really love her outside of these people who disrespect her. But she's a very beautiful woman, and she's very lucky to have good looks, good voice. She's doing her thing in the concerts and things like that. Super proud of her. Just wouldn't want no one to drain her of her good energy, because that's what it sounds like. When an incubus see a sucker, gonna suck them right on in. You see how Hunxho was messing with Gloss Up, and all of a sudden Gloss Up started getting, honestly, I feel like Gloss Up, everything started like going downhill for Gloss Up after she messed with Hunxho, and when she messed with the other guy that she kicked out of her house. So that's another story. It's really giving, well, maybe they have something, I don't know, maybe Gloss Up and Keyshia Cole have some similarities more than what they know. And maybe they cross paths to help each other see what they need to see. Sometimes people come in our lives to teach us something, and it may not be in the most positive way, but you have to take the positive out of it. If someone is showing you who someone else is, then maybe they are that, you know. So that's all I had to say about that situation. I did feel like I needed to do this topic because there is women out there that will allow men to disrespect them because they are comfortable with being disrespected since they were a child, and then they lack the love from a nurturing energy and from a masculine energy as well. When you don't have neither parents or lack of love growing up, it is hard to heal, but that does not mean it's impossible. Especially when you get older, it's time to take a step back and reflect, is this something good for me or something bad for me? So don't keep the blinders on for long, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You tell me your thoughts on the Keyshia Cole and Hunxho relationship. Do you feel like it's a healthy relationship, or do you feel like Hunxho is an incubus, someone who is an energy vampire, stealing women creativity and good energy? What do you think about that? Do you also think that Glossop is going downhill because of the men that she was messing with as well? These men that she let move in, these men that she allowed cheat and dog her as well? Is that why things were not going as smoothly as it could be, because these men were sucking her energy dry as well? And Keyshia need to be careful or she'll be next too. So make sure you hit that like and that subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this video. See y'all soon. Y'all, so after the video, I do want to confirm that her mom name is Frankie and her sister name is Nephi. Also, her and Hunxho did break up about maybe 2 months ago. So proud of her. I feel like that was much needed. But this is still a cautionary tale to be careful of those who drain your energy. Even the ones that will lay down with you will drain you.
Bring you outside to talk to you for a second about when you hurt somebody's feelings, when I'm sitting there and I'm telling you, I'm gonna come looking for you and you're not gonna be there. That's a real situation because some things happen, you know what I'm saying, out there in the streets, and it scares a child of the
about
thought.
Their mother. One day chicken and the next day feathers. If I die today, you gonna move on and you gotta make it. You gotta live for Keyshia.
Okay.
You have to live for you and your family, not nobody else. Have to move on if anything happened to me. All right, you can mourn, but at the end of the day, you'll see me later.
And that's not okay. It's not something to say because that's not gonna make me happy in this moment, that moment, and never no moment to not have you.
I don't wanna live forever, do you?
When y'all talking about some, I knew he got a girl, I was just with this yesterday. I was just with this yesterday and he did not tell me that. I was not being messy, y'all. I wasn't, for real. Seriously, I wasn't.